Hey guys, Trevor Reed here. Today's weekly scenario is me and my friend flying the company twin jet to a baseball game that's 200 nautical miles, and I am in charge with getting us there safely and planning a cross country flight, taking into consideration all factors, and hope you enjoy my presentation. Thanks. So, like always, I am pilot in command, and I will have to be demonstrating single pilot resource management just as I would with any flight. I'm flying my friend. It's by no means a routine flight, so complacency will never be an issue with me. Uh, the big thing here is just being aware of exactly what I'm doing again, starting from a good pre flight. Good flight starts with a good pre flight, so I'll make sure I get all that done, not rushing through anything to try to get to the game as fast as I can, making sure we're getting there safely and securely. Another big thing, I'd be familiar with my route of flight that I'm doing, altitudes I should probably be at, and what I would plan. Um, CFIT, controlled flight into terrain, is a big one, especially on a cross country flight. It's predicted to be VFR there and back, but I am instrument rated, so need be if I had to pick up a pop up IFR, I could be able to do that. Or if I just wanted to file IFR from the start, either one of those would work. Um, Knowing I'm flying to a baseball game, probably a bigger city if it's a professional baseball game. Knowing my surroundings, knowing my destination airport, could be busy airspace, making sure my radio communications are sharp and fast, and I'm not getting behind the airplane. So this is a 200 nautical mile trip, so this would be me planning across country. Um, the first thing I'm going to start looking at before I even take off or do anything, I'll be on the ground. I'm going to look at my METARs and TAFs um, for not just my airport and destination airport, but also those TAFs along the way. Um, just to know exactly what I'm getting into. I use ForeFlight, and they've got you file a flight plan. They've got a lovely little tab for weather that'll show your TAFs all the way from your destination airport along your route. Um, and it usually and it shows exactly when you'll be crossing, like where nearest airport, and it'll have that TAF highlighted and exactly what weather you could expect. Um, I'm going into the area forecast as well, just to know exactly what kind of if I'll have VFR conditions or IFR conditions and stuff like that. Then I'm looking at my winds aloft as well. That's a big one. Making sure that I know where, if there is icing, could be exactly what the wind speeds, wind direction would be. If we have a tailwind or a headwind, that will let me know exactly how much fuel I'll need and how much I can expect to burn throughout my flight. Um, I would check those significant weather prog charts, surface analysis chart, and convective outlook chart to make sure, with the surface analysis chart, knowing fronts, location of fronts, troughs, pressure gradients, just to know exactly what kind of weather I can expect as well. And then same with the convective outlooks, just to make sure I'm not running into any thunderstorms and stuff like that, because that's a big one, especially if you are flying at night or in the clouds. PIREPs are a good one. SIGMETs and AirMets are always good to check. I'm looking for AirMets for Tango, Zulu, Sierra, all that good stuff, making sure turbulence isn't a bad thing. Uh, and then I'm knowing my airspace. Could be class Bravo, class Charlie, busy airspace. I need to know exactly what I'm doing when I'm in it, or if I'm not in it. Uh, and again, I'll have my performance calculations done. All of that will be done before I even take off, and I know fuel requirements is a huge one. Will be VFR, so I'll need to be able to fly to from my departure airport to my destination airport in 30 minutes after at cruise power. So personally, for me, I like to have at least an hour extra of fuel. Um, and then weight and balance. Again, just me and my friends, so that should not be an issue. Uh, NOTAMs, it's in my PAVE, so all of that, I'll get to that later. And then finally, we're down to the aeronautical decision making. Again, I approach every single flight the exact same, regardless of if it's a cross country or a flight in the local training area, whatever. I'm going through my PAVE, P pilot, making sure I'm good. I go with the I'm safe checklist. I've gone through that before. It's just to make sure that I'm fit and ready to make this flight. Airplane, making sure all the inspections are up to date, everything is good. It starts with my pre-flight. Equipment, making sure everything I need is working, and if something isn't working, exactly what I need to do with that. Environment, we're on the long cross country, could be heavy traffic, terrain, weather, things like that, stuff that I'm always aware of, not just on the ground and before I take off, but even in flight as well. And then external pressures. Um, we want to see this baseball game. We're trying to meet a deadline to be there before the first pitch, so that's an external pressure. I don't want to disappoint my friend. That's an external pressure. These can be extremely dangerous and hard pressed on the pilot, because a lot of times people get these external pressures, they'll go through personal minimums, bad things happen, right? So external pressures is a big one. I'm really big on those. But I look forward to seeing your guys' videos and seeing if maybe we're all on the same page here. Thanks.